This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. By Southwest Florida Crime Stoppers, where you can report crimes and get paid with nobody knowing your identity. Call 1-800-780-TIPS. By Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated. No matter what the weather condition is outside, have it your way inside. 239-693-1569. And by Lee Health.
Sick and tired of sitting in traffic staring at the back end of the car in front of you? Sick of burning through hundreds of dollars worth of fuel each month? Tired of dishing out more and more money to fix your car just to have it break again? Ride Letran and leave the driving to us. Whether you want to go shopping, go to the beach, or commute to work or school, let Letran get you there. It's just $1.50 per ride. Check Letran's routes, maps, schedules, and discounted rates at rideletran.com. That's rideletran.com. Letran, your ride is here.
Hi, I'm Dr. Simone Mitchell, principal of the historic Dunbar Community School. Our doors are open to students ages 16 and older who would like to earn a GED diploma or improve communication skills through our English as a Second Language program. Dunbar Community School also offers career assistance upon graduation. For a better future, enroll today and let our experienced faculty and staff help you reach your goals. For additional information or to tour our campus, you may visit our website, find us on social media, or call the school at 239-334-2941, and together we will cultivate a mindset for success.
Servicing Southwest Florida for over 30 years, Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated is your leading family-owned and operated air conditioning company. There's no job too big or too small. Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated is here for you. We have maintenance contracts and financing. For additional information, visit our website, follow us on social media, or call the office at 239-693-1569.
Remember, no matter what the weather is on the outside, have it your way on the inside.
Solomon's Air Conditioning Incorporated.
Service you can count on.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Glover, Senior Pastor of Mount Hermon Ministries.
And I'm Pastor Cheryl Glover, First Lady and Business Administrator.
Mount Hermon is a progressive ministry with contemporary praise and worship, life-changing teaching from the Word of God, and opportunities to serve the kingdom of God and our community in tangible ways.
The Dew of Hermon Early Learning Center serves children, infants to 4 years old. Our programs include Early Head Start, VPK, school readiness, and free meals for every child.
For adult learners, join us at Life Christian University, where you can earn an associate, bachelor's, master's, or doctorate degree in several ministry-related fields.
We are Mount Hermon Ministries,
having a redeeming influence in our community. Come join us.
All right, Southwest Florida, welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. We're so thrilled to finally get her here in the studio, a lady who's really, her organization is really making a huge difference in Southwest Florida. It's the New Beginnings of Southwest Florida. Co-founder Mary Masters is here. Mary, welcome to Lee Pitts Live.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, I'm just thrilled to get you here. I was looking forward to getting a chance to talk to you on the show. People have been seeing a commercial that's been airing on the show, and I'm sure they are going to be really inquisitive to learn more about what you're doing with New Beginnings of Southwest Florida. If you were describing New Beginnings of Southwest Florida, which you're going to do, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as an opportunity for single mothers who are struggling to come in and learn how to have a successful, better life.
Excellent. And let's make sure we put the word in front, the New Beginnings
yes.
of Southwest Florida. tell us about some of the things that are in place to help them better their lives, single moms.
Okay. What we do is we have an extensive application process, so we screen out those that just want a roof over their heads. That's not the people we're looking for. We're looking for someone who wants to change their lives for the better, who are struggling, who don't have family support, and we will be like their family. They come and live in one of our 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartments, fully furnished, and we get them enrolled in college or technical school if they're not already enrolled, and we give them any life skill classes that they are in need of. We do a case management study with them, and then we will let them set their own goals and work with them to help them to achieve those goals.
Now, you are physically located in Cape Coral.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been around?
We opened our doors in June of 2011, so 9 years.
Give us a little history on how the concept started, what brought you and your husband to the point of starting New Beginnings, the New Beginnings of Southwest Florida.
Okay, yes. My husband and I were temporary house parents at a place called Lifeline Family Center in Cape Coral, Florida, and the idea was birthed there when we took in a young pregnant teenager, and we just mentored her through, and she was very successful, and she now has her master's degree, working on a PhD. So we just thought we could do this for other young women. And that's where the idea came from. We started praying about it. We prayed about a facility that would be suitable for this kind of ministry, and God showed us the building that would be suitable, and we bought that building and remodeled it, and that's where it all began.
Very nice looking facility. You are a nonprofit?
Yes, we are a nonprofit 501c3.
And if somebody is looking at this show and they want to donate and help out, there are many ways that they can do that as well. If they go to your website, that information would be there.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and give the website.
Okay, the website is thenewbeginnings.org.
Okay, and that phone number?
The phone number, 239-541-4312.
Let's go back to the physical housing. You got 2-bedroom, 2 baths, you say?
Yes.
And once a young lady becomes a part of your program, they don't have to spend any money?
That has changed a little bit since my first meeting with you. We have come to the conclusion that if these young women don't have any skin in the game, so to speak, that it's not worth as much to them. So we are now having them pay a $300 a month management fee, which is a very, very small price to pay for what they receive.
Mm-hmm. What do they receive for that $300?
Okay, when they move into our apartment, everything is there. Baby bed if they need it, towels, sheets, everything, pots and pans. All they have to do is move their clothes in.
The $300.
Yes.
Typically, a single mom will get that from her. They in many cases, they have their own jobs. What are some of the general concepts?
Okay, the women can have a part-time job if it fits into her school schedule. Our priority is for them to get a degree so they can become an independent earner and not have to rely on perhaps an abusive boyfriend or somebody that might, kind of sabotage their lifestyle.
I see.
So they get money from sometimes child support, FAFSA. FAFSA will pay for school and books, and they also pay for some extra for your living fees. So these women usually have enough to pay that small fee.
That $300, you
Yes.
can't beat that.
Yeah.
Now, so food, you provide them with food as well?
The young women that come to our facility usually have food stamps. And
I see.
also we do, we visit Midwest Food Bank in Fort Myers, Florida once a month. And we get some of the food there, and of course, these women share it.
Let's take a look at a commercial that people see airing on the show.
Are you a single mother who wants a better life for your children? Would you like the means to get an education and get a job so that you and your children can live comfortably? The New Beginnings may be able to help you. The New Beginnings of Southwest Florida is a nonprofit organization that comes alongside single mothers by offering no-cost housing and child care support while you get a degree at a local college or technical school. Too good to be true, you say? We provide necessities, but you do the work to get the degree. Call 239-541-4312 to get an application, or go to our website at thenewbeginnings.org.
Just looking at that commercial there, Mary, it really shows the vast diversity of young women who benefit or can be a part of your program, and the smile on those babies' faces. Tell me, do you have a certain age range that the children can be, and do you have a certain age of young women who can utilize your services?
Yes, the women's ages are from 18 to 35. Now, we have taken a 17-year-old before, but they have to have permission from their parents to come. And the age range of the babies is all the way from unborn to 10 years old.
Okay, and when the baby turns 11, if they come to you and the child is 11, they can't get in.
That is correct.
If they come to you and the child ages to 11, do they have to leave?
Of course not.
Okay.
We're very full of grace, and we're very merciful. We give second, third, and fourth chances usually.
But you want a certain type of woman who is serious. You don't want people coming there thinking that this is just a handout and play around. You want them to get that degree, go on and become successful, very similar to, people would be familiar with that name, Nadege.
Yes.
What is Nadege's last name?
Pierre.
Right. People are familiar with her. She was the young lady that you spoke of early on who went on to become successful, right?
Yes.
There are certain other requirements that they have to adhere to in terms of values. Talk about how values are a part of the process. I think, is it spiritual values, Christian values? Go ahead.
Yes.
They have to attend church or something like that?
Yes, they attend church with us every Sunday, or a church, and when they come into our facility, they will sign a 27-item agreement. It's, I understand and agree that I will do this or I won't do that. And it's nothing real strict or out of the way, but it's an agreement that they sign and initial each item.
Okay. Let's take a look at the testimony.
My name's Amy Ashley. My life growing up was very dysfunctional. My dad, when I was much younger, he was working on some tall towers. I'm not exactly sure what, but he ended up falling off the tower and breaking his back in several locations. That led to him becoming reliant upon pain medicine, and then that opened up to other drugs, and it just became a spiraling effect because then my mom got introduced to that from there. I would see my mom and my dad at the time doing drugs. They would be high, they'd be shooting up in front of me, and being a little child facing that, seeing that, it just scars the image into your mind. I mean, you feel like you're your parent's parent, and that's not something that a child should ever have to feel. When I was age 11, I went into the foster care system and was bounced around from home to home. I lost count. I know it was more than 5 homes from 11 to 16, where I finally found a good foster home. Well, I was in several relationships that I ended up having 2 children because of, and I no longer saw myself being who I knew I could be, who I knew I should be, because now I no longer have, it's no longer just me, it's now me and children. I had attempted school many times, but it was never successful because the circumstances just weren't in my favor. I was always worried about working another job or making more money so I could afford to support myself. It was exactly what I needed. I needed some place that I could focus on school, focus on getting my life back together without the worries of how am I going to afford all this. And then there was the other added part of how am I going to also take care of my mom at the time, because she depended on me for a lot of things. So the New Beginnings gave me that.
How does it make you feel and your husband feel and everybody who's associated with you? I think you have a board as well. When you see these young ladies go on to better their lives like that?
It's very, very rewarding, and it really lifts us up because this is a very challenging work. The women that we serve come from very challenged backgrounds where there's been a lot of dysfunction and abuse, and so it's just a real rewarding feeling to have a woman come in and utilize what God has given them through this program and make the best of it. And to see their kids blossom and grow is just wonderful.
Looking forward to getting you back on the show in the future, okay?
Okay.
As the
Thank
saying
you.
goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like Mary Masters and all the fine people who are associated with the New Beginnings of Southwest Florida.
Growing up in Fort Myers, I was just like any other kid. I worked hard to get good grades and became the first person in my family to obtain a college degree. After graduating, I got a job, became a mother, and raised my family in this beautiful city. Life seemed pretty good. But over the years, things have changed. Our once quiet city has been overthrown by drugs, violence, and unsolved murders. And our city leaders are more concerned with profiteering and corruption than they are with supporting the citizens of Fort Myers. But there is hope. My name is Jacqueline McMiller, and I'm not a politician. I'm a former business owner, nonprofit coordinator, and community activist. But most importantly, I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Fort Myers. Although our city has lost its way, I believe that bold, innovative leadership will usher in a new era of prosperity for the people of Fort Myers. That's why I'm running for mayor, because the problems we face today cannot be fixed by yesterday's politicians. I invite you to join me on this journey by visiting McMillerforMayor.com and connecting with our team of Fort Myers citizens who are ready for a safer and brighter tomorrow.
A smile on the face of a child can say a lot, like I'm safe, I'm happy, or I'm loved. Yet there are hundreds of children in our community with little to smile about. Their homes may have been disrupted by drugs, violence, abuse, or neglect. Won't you please welcome a child into your home as a foster or adoptive parent? A little change in your life can mean a big change in the child's life and put a smile back on their face. Become a foster or adoptive parent. Call the Children's Network of Southwest Florida toll-free at 1-855-933-KIDS.
The Fort Myers Community Redevelopment Agency is redeveloping Fort Myers for the future by working to restore local landmarks to strengthen the community. We are part of a public-private partnership to restore McCollum Hall as a neighborhood destination. And together with the Southwest Florida Community Foundation, the CRA transformed the old train station into a high-tech public space called the Collaboratory. Fort Myers CRA, advancing businesses, transforming communities, redeveloping Fort Myers for the future.
In Southwest Florida, a baby is born every 9.5 minutes. False. In Lee County, a family gets a new puppy every 9.5 minutes. False. In America, a person is infected with HIV every 9.5 minutes. Unfortunately, true. Learn the truth about HIV. Be positive if you're negative. Get tested. If you are positive, get treated. For more information about testing and treatment, contact the McGregor Clinic in Fort Myers, 334-9555.
Southwest Florida, you caught me. Just before I do any of my television shows, I always read the community press so I can know what's going on in Southwest Florida. So Lee Pitts for Lee Pitts Live reads the community press, and you should too.
The award-winning Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by the School District of Lee County, where their goal is to be a world-class school system.
Southwest Florida, welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. So glad that you stayed with us. Now we finally got her here. The political guru is back. Jerry, I'm going to start calling you the political guru. My godmom, Jerry Ware, a member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority, DST here in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers chapter, alumni chapter. She's with Your Voice, Your Vote. I'm so glad that you guys are continuing to educate our community on the importance of voting and everything else related. This is an initiative by Delta Sigma Theta sorority, locally or at the national level?
National level.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us about the initiative.
Okay, our initiative right now is the importance of voting. This particular time, I'm here today to emphasize the mail ballot. And we'll see, been seeing on TV, Lee, where in Wisconsin, those people had to stand in line being exposed to the virus to vote. That should not be the case. We should not allow that to happen here in Fort Myers. There's no reason. Because if you request that mail ballot, you can get it for one election, 2 elections, but I adhere that you should get it for all elections. That's what I do.
Now, the mail-in ballot is an easy process to do. All people need to do is
call.
Request. Tell us how you get your mail-in ballot.
You call or you may visit the election office. The main election office is on 41 across from Bell Tower. However, you may call, and I have the number here. It's a 533 number, and it's vote, 533-VOTE, which is 533-8683.
Okay.
If you call that number and request a mail ballot, but you must give some identification because they're not going to let anybody get your ballot because your ballot is specific to you.
When you say give identification, you give it over the phone or you mail in some information?
Well, they're going to ask you some information, your birth date and all that stuff, your mailing address, because it's going to come to that mailing address.
Okay. And then you fill it out and you just send it back in.
Yeah, it has postage prepaid on there. And the thing that I want to emphasize mostly to all of my elderly people is the fact that it's trustworthy. You can trust. You don't need anyone to pick up your ballot. No one needs to be picking up your ballot. If you want to get someone to assist you, make sure it's somebody that's trustworthy, that you're not just giving your ballot away to somebody, letting them put whom they think. Let people educate you to whom you should try to vote for.
Okay, so let me slow this down for a minute. There's the mail-in ballot that you can get by requesting them to mail it to you.
Yes.
Or you can go into the office and get it. And when you go into the office, tell us about the logistics. Is it a long waiting line?
Well, no, it all depends when you go in, Lee. It all depends because that is the main office out there on 41. However, when you go in there, there's a specific department for mail ballots. So someone is there, and it shouldn't be a long process. However, I would advocate that you call them because I know a lot of people are not ready to get out into the streets and all that. Just make that phone call to 533-8683 and request a mail ballot to be sent to your home.
Now, when I hear call in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to call in. I'm going to get all of these voicemail from this. I'm going to be put on hold forever. Make me feel comfortable that I'm not going to be put on hold forever. I'm not going to get 1,000 voicemails.
No, it shouldn't. All you do when you dial 239-533-8683, say, I would like to request a mail ballot, and they'll refer you to the right department.
Sounds really good to me.
Simple. It's a simple process.
Okay, so now, mail-in ballot and early voting, is that one in the same?
Well,
You can use your mail-in ballot for early voting?
Yes.
You can also use your mail-in ballot for non-early voting, too.
That's correct. For
Go
the
ahead.
election day, on election day, it's about 35 days before the primary that you will receive your mail ballot. Okay, like for instance, the primary now is going to be August the 18th. About 35 days prior to August the 18th, you'll receive your mail ballot. You sit down in the luxury of your home, fill it out as you please. Make sure you sign it. Put that, it's already postage paid. All you do is put it back in the envelope, the little sleeve that's in there, and put it in your mailbox. Raise the flag on your mailbox and ask the mailman to pick it up.
That, and if you want to get it in that particular case, if you want to get it in early, you can get it in early.
You may drop it off at the election office. Now, you can't just drop it off anywhere because you want your ballot to be done correctly. You may also drop it off on election day at the election place, but why would you bother to do that? When all you've got to do is put it in your mailbox. But if you don't feel secure about putting it in your mailbox, then take it. However, there's a follow-up to it. If you mail it into the post to the election office, you can call and verify that your ballot has been received.
I've had the election supervisor on our show, Dole. He's been real passionate about getting the voting up.
Yes.
He's doing a good job of it. They want more people to vote, and they're doing everything they can to make it easier to vote. Early on, you said you don't have to worry about social distance in the pandemic by doing mail-in.
Correct.
Okay, so we in Lee County, we have that already worked out, because I hear on the national level in some places they're saying that they're trying to derail that opportunity. So you're letting the people know right now that is not a concern in Lee County.
Not a concern in Lee
Elaborate
County.
on that.
What has happened quite some time ago, a couple of years ago, it was approved and voted on that we would have the mail ballot, so we don't have to worry
We're
about
ahead of the
trying.
game.
Be ahead of the game. It's just us. We've got fears about, I need to go to the poll to vote. Not necessarily. A lot of things may happen. Suppose you get sick. Suppose you can't get off of work on time. A lot of things can deter you from getting there. But when you've got that mail ballot 35 days in advance, you ought to be able to put it in the mailbox one of those days before the election.
Okay, now, so let's say, okay, we covered the mail-in. Do we know at this time that we're taping this interview here in July, do we know that you'll still be able to go to the polls and do early voting as well?
Sure, you don't have to have a mail ballot to go to the poll to vote. You
Okay.
just walk right in.
Right.
And early voting for the primary is between August 8th and August the 15th, and that's for the primary.
Gotcha.
And it's important that you vote both in the primary and the general election.
I'm glad you educated
You're
us
going
on
to
that.
need to vote on August 18th, and you need to go back November the 3rd.
And there'll be certain people who are on the primary ballot, depending on how they do in the primary, it will determine whether or not they go to the general.
Correct.
So if you're passionate and you want somebody to make it to the general and you know they're in a primary, it's very important that you vote in the primary then go back in the general.
Correct.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.